In a world where ordinary men can excel doing ordinary things, this man has single-handedly lowered the bar. From the scrambled mind that brought you Mad Madness and Beagle Rare comes this underwhelming Friday night special event. Matt Porter is the Blendigeddon 2 World Champion and the 2020 World's Top Whiskey Taster. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your glass and shake your ass for ADHD Whiskey Live.
What's happening, everybody? Happy Friday night. Happy Friday night. So happy that you are all here. I am live from a log cabin again where my wife is travel nursing. So a little bit different of an environment, and it's a little strange broadcasting live from a different location. Just a little weird, but so happy everybody's here. 118 people here in chat tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on this Friday evening. Super happy to see everybody. Looks like we got a nice little crowd forming. We got a fitting up in here. Uncle Robbie, Wendy Miller, Unif Polk says, woo. My mom's here. Bev Porter, how are you doing? What's going on? Stephen Hill, Adam Henson, Chad Segert. Lukens became a new member. Thanks, Lukens. Friggin' Jeff. Four Leaf Whiskey is here. Justin Jenkins, Jonathan Eady, Chris Boozalencia. How are you doing? Christine Vasco. How the heck are you, Christine? Daily Annual Weekly is here. Jeff Perkins, Duke McHale, Gets drunk every Friday night. Cheers to a great Friday night with the world's top whiskey taster, Matt friggin' Porter, Jimmy McGill. Slippin' Jimmy's here. Heck yeah. Mike Franklin, B. Johnson, Travis Robeson, what's going on? Tobias Williamson, friggin' Tobias. Nick N., how are you? Mike Ryan, two first names, and I love them both. Do we say late? No, I'm sorry. I just realized that nothing was correct. My lighting was everything was just goofed up. Everything was a bit goofy, my bad. Jonathan Cook, the cook man himself, cooking it up in the kitchen. Jonathan Cook. Robotic is here. Mark Emenecker. Sorry for being late. My bad. My apologies on the tardiness. Who else we got up in here already? What's going on? Jeff Mahar. Mr. Mahar, how are you? What is going on? I'm excited for tonight. We have a little flight that I just kind of threw together before I left the other house. I was like, what would be good? And then I forgot one of the bottles I was going to bring. So that was kind of my bad. I was going to add a different bottle to this, and it's still there, which is not exactly what I wanted, but it'll still work out. Women of Whiskey is here. Black Pax is here. Dramhound, what's going on, Dramhound? Friggin' miss you, you tall son of a bugger. That voice, it's Matt's conscience. It was, yeah. And the intro, absolutely. Christopher Gable, what up, me boy? Get me bourbons. What? All right. Little bit of a no fireplace of doom. It's there. It's just not operational yet. Apparently, the homeowner here was going to have someone come and repair it, but nothing. Just nothing. So we're just going to work with what we got. Maybe next time I'm here, we'll have a nice warm fireplace to sit in front of and just warm our bodies. Bob Belkovec, Rocket Boy TV, Rocket Boy Toy, Rocket Boy Tie. Fishing pole shot or not a real log cabin. I've got fishing poles in it's not, I mean, it's kind of a cabin. It's like a log home, more like a log home. If you smell the chair, does it smell like leather notes in bourbon? Doesn't smell like anything. Oh my goodness. USMC heard the Wacko Kid. Awesome room, Matt. Yeah, it's a nice little area. It's a nice little space. Unfortunately, it is like a wide open log home. So it's like you can hear everything up in here. So you'll hear children. You'll probably hear their TV. You'll hear my wife be yelling at me like, Matt, I hear a mouse in the house, stuff like that. Large woolly bugger is here. What's happening, Mr. Woolly Man? 140 watching. That's 174. Geez Louise, I clicked on YouTube and I saw that SLB Drinks had like 900 people in their chat. And way to make me feel insignificant before going live. Way to go, guys. Friggin' jerks. You know what? I'm happier with 176 with my closest friends. Those other 700 people can F off. That's what I'm talking about. It's pretty incredible, though. Oh, we got someone pulling in. Who knows? Jim M, what's going on? What's up your sleeve tonight, Matt? I've got a Fitbit up part of my sleeve. Just a little Fitbit, no big deal. You know what? I want to start the night off with a little cough. Wow, where'd that come from? A little bit of a blind. Let's do a little blind, like a 1 ounce Wednesday kind of style thing. Let's do that. Do I have enough glasses? Yeah, sort of. Crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shit. I might have to get up because I got glasses in the kitchen like an idiot. I was not prepared. Nick Winton's here. All right, what's going on? Jeffrey Wack is in the house. What's going on? The return of Whisper Matt. Yeah, if I talk any louder than this, it will literally be just blasting through this house. Just blasting through it. I know. People are like, hey, your voice annoys me. And I'm like, don't even know what your voice sounds like. So suck on that. DC ain't going nowhere. Nice. Hells yeah. That's right. Barry Texan says we're better anyway. Dang it. Hells yeah. Jared Renfro's up in here. Will Henderson MVP's up in here also. Let's do one of these guys here. I'm going to have to get up in a minute to get more glasses, but let's start off the night with a little blind here, and then we'll get into maybe a Smoke Wagon Bottled and Bond opening, and then the flight. I don't know if I want to open it or not. We'll see. Probably do that. This group is closer knit in the know, also more entertained by you. Oh, thanks, Travis. See? What I like, I just feel you guys, you fill my heart. You fill my heart with love. This is like 2 ounces. These are all 2 ounce bottles. America. That is dark. That looks like coffee. That looks like friggin' cold brew. Wow, what in the world could that possibly be? Good grief. Look at the color of that. That's darker than the chair. Interesting. And there's what some people would consider to be, there's particulates particulating in there. They're just in there floating around. Whoa. Look at that. Look at that brown tornado. This is like if one of those porta potties got swept away in a friggin', like a F5. And you just see what do you call it? A cone of shit headed your way. Look at it go. All right, let's go for a nose. Let's go for a nose of this 5W30. Wow. What's that? Okay, good grief. That smells like Texas whiskey. It would be blue. You know what? Don't correct me. Don't correct me. It would be blue. But you're right. Your particulates are always participating. Mine are particulating. What in the world? All right. This is just, I don't even know. That is so dark. It smells Texas. Wow, it smells like my exes. Because they all live in Texas, right? All right, let's go for a sip of this. It's like you stuck my head directly into a bucket of, what do you call it? Paint, like a lacquer. But this isn't lacking, if you know what I mean. Wow. Whoa. Oh, it does some things. That does some things. That tastes like small barrel Texas funk. It goes through a whole different variation of the lumber department. It's like if you went to the lumber department, you know what? It's actually like you bought one of those outdoor pools. I don't think you'd ever buy an indoor pool, but like above ground pools, and you filled it up with varnish and like lacquer, and then you just right off the diving board that you bought, but the diving board's made out of like maple or something, and you just doing, and then directly into it. I don't really like that. It does like shift a little bit halfway through it. It does some like weird little twist. Like there's some dark chocolate in there for sure, some dark chocolate, but it's not redeeming. It's not like, oh, I love that dark chocolate. It's like, I don't love it. I'm not going to drink any more of that. I'll pour it back and then I don't know. But I would say not my jam. It's not my jam. What's my scoring system look like? What would not be my jam? Let's take a peek. That's not it. There it is. Nope, that's definitely not it either. Congrats, Matt. You are terrible. There it is. I would say that this bad boy is going to ring in at a solid. It's not bad. I mean, I could see how people would like it. So I'm not going to say it's bad because I think it's got to be. I think it's got to be from Texas, and I would say it's a 5.5, solid 5.5 on whatever this is. And this glass is ruined. It's definitely tarnished and varnished. We were drinking, 2020 Garrison Brothers Belle Maria Bourbon, 115 proof. Belle Maria. I think I've had this before and liked it better than I did tonight. That was an aggressive first pour right off the get-go, right off the rip. That was an aggressive first pour. Aggressive. I don't know. I'll leave it in the glass. I'll revisit it later. I want to do another one, though. We need to redeem ourselves with a different one. I see a super chat from Lucas Hoppeneer. Son of a bitch. Your S job is to bring all the bottles to the yard. Heck yeah. And they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right. It's better than yours. You could teach me, but I'd have to charge, or I could teach you. Because it would make sense if I charged for you teaching me. Unless, of course, you're really special, and I'm not that special. Josh Man is here. Cheers, Josh Man. JC, yep, Garrison Rose, it was. Well, me and you both, brother. I can't get into it either. It is like, it's thick in all the wrong places. You know what I mean? It is just like, why is it thick there and stuff? Not my jam. Belcona's 5W30. Yep, pretty much. Texas Funk is pretty funky, pretty funked up. What did I miss? Just me tasting some Belle Maria, which rhymes with something else, which it's too thick to be that. Oh, me too, Saucy Shane. Me too. I gotta talk to them about what Patron said about the shirts, and we'll go from there. You were just at Garrison Brothers last week. Did you have the Belle Maria? Yikes. It's very, man. Plus, I wish I liked the Garrison Brothers because their bottles are really sleek looking. Their bottles are super sleek looking. I like that. I'm going to be right back. I got to grab these glasses that are in the kitchen so I can do one more of these, then the smoke wagon ride, and then get into this flight. So, where did my thing go? My thing fell off my microphone. Found it. Okay. BRB. LOL. KK. Hold on. Be right back. I promise. We're back. We are back. What is this thing? Come on, get back on there. There we go. There we go. We're golden. We're good. We're golden goose. We're golden geese. We're all flocked up. You know what I mean? All right. Sorry for the little delay. Let's do one more blind. No hold music. I'm sorry, Nick. It wasn't a pee break. I had to get glasses. I had to get a couple glasses. Get over it. 257 people in chat. Ooh, 257. Guess what? Very close to my weight now. 258. So down 80 pounds. Hells yeah. Down 80 pounds. 258 there. That's my weight. That's my current weight. We'd have to have a lot more people in chat before for me to say that. So I'm expecting some pats on the back. So go ahead and give them to me. Whew. Now we can gain it all back. Tommy D. Good evening, Matt Porter. When are we going to hang out? That's up to you, Tommy D. That's what you told me. So it's up to you. It's up to you. Babe, bring me some glasses, please. She'd be all, no. This is a throwback to the early Michigan lives. I would say so. It feels kind of that way. All right, one more out of the box. Okay, got one more. America, probably. Don't want to use that glass. I want to use a Glen. All right. Second blind of the night. Smells very corny and sweet. This is more up my alley. This is more directly up my alley, if you know what I mean. Right up there. This is much different than the first one. This is much lighter. Much more. Okay, this smells like light whiskey. That smells like light whiskey. Maybe an Obtainium or something similar. My mind's an Obtainium. Obtainium. Bourbon diet. Pretty close. Like 6.5 months since April. Late April was when late April I was 338. Yeah, I mean, I get cornbread, but very sweet, and then I get rock candy, like a grape rock candy, which reminds me of, this has got to be light whiskey all day. Ooh, that's nice. I like the way you do that right there. Yeah, that is 100% either light whiskey or like one of those 100% corn whiskeys. But I don't think I've ever had one of those. But I would imagine that they're pretty much the same. I mean, it's a standard. Light whiskeys don't vary that much. Like, they're not a crazy difference. But I would say it's aged. It's got to be aged. Like around the 13-year, 14, 15-year mark. 13 to 15 years. One of the older light whiskeys. Yeah, because it tastes like 130 proof something. I love light whiskey, but it's not like anything incredible. It's very good. It's a 7.8. It's a very good light whiskey. 7.7, 7.8, somewhere in there. Let's see what it is. 2 pours blind and 2 pours that weren't necessarily things that I needed to take my time with because they were just very straightforward. The Texas whiskey was like, good grief. And the light whiskey was like, hey, I'm light whiskey. This is, Copper Sky Private Barrel. Hazmat Unicorn, 141.9 proof. Okay, so it's a Hazmat Copper Sky Private Barrel. Yeah, this has got to be light whiskey, I'm sure. I know Copper Sky does a light whiskey, so that's got to be it. That's got to be it. I would imagine. Don't float away, Skinny. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm really in a what? He really is in a... What does that mean? Is it on YouTube? Can I see it on YouTube? StreamYard just showed some weird... I don't even know what StreamYard said that was Bourbon. And then my chat's not even loading on YouTube. Thanks a lot, YouTube. Son of a bee. But thank you. I just, you know what? I feel like I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx myself. But at the same time, at some point, it's like, feel like I've got this under control now. Knock on wood. Jeff Maher, looking great, Matt. Cheers to you. Thanks, Jeff. You son of a bee. That's super nice of you. First time sipping Maker's Mark, 46 cask strength. Is that your jam? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want some more of it? The best place online to get Wilderness 8-year. Is Gary Broughton Jr. in the house? Maybe Gary Broughton Jr. can let you know. Hell yeah, Travis. Just over 70? Hell yeah. Psh. Great job. It's fun. Once it starts coming off, it's fun. It's like, hey, guess what? This is good. This is a good thing. Robotic. Speaking of Chingy, here's some Chingy. Have a good old internet pat on the back. Oh, thanks, Robotic. You just glorious bugger. All right. I haven't opened this yet. I reviewed the malted rye from Smoke Wagon and was not a big fan of it. I'll have to revisit it, but it's very Werner's-like, very ginger ale, very spicy, and not in a normal rye spicy way. So I just waited a bit to open up the bottle and bond. Little bib action. No, wait. Weak sauce. That cork's barely a seal. Whatever. Loses a point for that. For the cork. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're good on glasses. So, this is Smoke Wagon Bottled and Bond Rye. Let's see here. I swear, in Colorado, these corks dry out like crazy. Is this even a real cork, though? I don't know. Not really. Just weird fitting. Fits weird. That's what she said. Down 39. Dang, Michael. Heck yeah. Hells yeah. Todd Kwasinski. Todd K. Looking good, Matt. Hope you had a great week. And fam is good. They're doing pretty good. Having Blue collaboration from Argentine Andes by Jean-Claude 2022. Is that a cologne? That sounds like a cologne. And it kind of sounds like it smells pretty good. Alec Bradley cigars. That's right, Nick N. I could go for a good kintsugi tonight. I would love that. Smoke Wagon bottled and bond straight rye whiskey, distilled from a traditional rye mash bill consisting of 51% rye and 49% corn. So it is the low rye from Indiana. A high percentage of corn adds a nice rich sweetness that balances out the flavor notes of rye's big black pepper and cinnamon spice, creating a flavor profile that starts off creamy and tasting notes, something about lingers for an eternity. Aged and bottled by Nevada Agency Distilling Company, Las Vegas, Nevada. Government warning, according to the Surgeon General. If you haven't heard this before, listen up. Women should not drink alcoholic beverages. That's what it says. That's not very nice of them. Not a fan of theirs anymore. But that's what it said. That's what it said. Tony Bag of Donuts. Happy Thanksgiving, Matt. You beautiful ham-loving man. That's right. Turkey's the worst. Team ham, for sure. Dry birds and stuffing. No more dry birds and stuffing. It's pigs and mustard or nothing. Mustard? Get out of here with your mustard. This is pretty light colored. So it's at least 4 years old and 100 proof. Weird. Licorice. There's immediate licorice, which is not my favorite note. Crap. Did you get a black steel? Destination Bourbon. Klein, I love you. I miss you. I miss your face. I'd like to kiss your head. That's just all I'm saying. I miss you, Klein. Yeah, black, little bit of anise, little black licorice, right? It smells like, yeah, Good and Plenty's. That smells like a Good and Plenty. Oh, man. No. Crap. I was worried about this. This sucks. Not saying that this, I haven't tasted it yet. I'm just saying it sucks that just based off the nose, I shouldn't have bought Smoke Wagon Ryes. Yep, smells like a box of Good and Plenty's. Oh, man. When I was a child, my mother threatened to wash my mouth out with soap, and I wouldn't let her, so she just fed me bags of black licorice until I threw up. It's true, Mom, isn't it? Tell everybody how true that is. That's not true. All right, down the hatch. Huh. Wow. All right. Dang, that is unfortunate. That is not what I like. Wow. When I review this, that's going to have, oh boy, I have to do a review on it on the channel. You know what I mean? Because it's out there. I got to do it. I don't want to. It's very thin. It's very thin and watery. And the parts of it that aren't watery are just not good. It's, yeah. I know it's different because it's an MGP rye that's not 95.5, but MGP 95.5 rye is so popular because it's good. And it's like a spicy meatball. This is like a meatball that's like been boiling like for several hours with no seasoning, except for boiling in black licorice water. No. Well, no. See, it's flat and then it feels like there's going to be no flavor. And then a rush of flavor comes and you're like, oh, exciting. And then you taste that rush of flavor and you're like waiting for the tide to go back out. because not good. I do not like that. Aaron Chepanek, super sorry. Not my jam. I will stick with Smoke Wagon bourbons, and yeah. Damn, that was a waste of money. Both of those bottles for me. I would not recommend. Which is a bummer. That is a bummer. That is not what I like to say. I don't like to say that about stuff. I like to be happy with purchases. I don't like to be unhappy, if that makes sense. Must be cold. Little cork action going on. I don't even know how warm it is in here. It's just weird. It's just weird temperature. It's like there's pockets of heat in this place and then pockets of not heat. JH, thank you for becoming a new member. Appreciate it. Appreciate the heck out of you. Matthew Miles with 1T, still acceptable. Oh, I'll still accept it. Mr. Porter, you magnificent SOB. How are you? I'm good. America, cheers from Michigan and many inches of snow. I'm not missing that. So where we're at now in Colorado, like an hour and a half away from home, higher elevation, some snow on the ground, and the temperatures actually feel much more like Michigan up here than it is down an hour and a half from here. Where we're at, where we live, is like 5,300 feet elevation, and I think we're, geez Louise, I don't know what it is here, maybe 7,000 feet, 7,500 maybe, something like that. Don't quote me on that. But it's higher elevation, and it's just much more winter-like, much more what I would consider to be hell, if hell froze over, because I'm totally sick of winter. Totally sick of it. Transginger Shredber, take it back. I'll send you a sample when I get my bottle. Of what? Crap, I forgot what we were talking about already. Son of a bitch. D. Willett is in the house? What's going on, D. Willett? Disappointed I was. Has anyone else had it? Anyone else had this and just not loved it? The rye? Underwhelming? Yep, that's what I see. Bottle is one of the most disappointing I've opened in a while. Right there with you. Right there. I mean, I heard one other person say it. I don't watch reviews anymore until I do these things because I don't want to be, what's the word, influenced. But I did see one review where they were disappointed, and I'm like, I'm not going to put too much into it because I like a lot of things people don't like. But no, that was very underwhelming. Very much like not, I don't know. It's just a thing. Stick with Oh yeah, Sagamore ryes are just special. Special compared to that for sure. System Trend, I love you. I love you. This one is an experimental, is it? I didn't say experimental. I don't think. I know they have experimental ones. Was this experimental? It doesn't say experimental. So I'm guessing it's not. It might be, though. Who knows? Who's to say? 0-2. Yep. You may need to work on your Italian accent. Take it back. You take it back right now. Son of a bitch. This is terrible. That was, how many minutes of that was it? Oh, boy. I coughed and then I didn't unmute, huh? That's pretty bad. That's my bad. I was saying how much I missed Klein and how I want Klein to come back, and I want to be on a live stream with Klein again, and we can talk and look into each other's eyes. He can send me good whiskey. I can put mediocre whiskey in front of it because I'm stupid. I miss the good old days. And then I said, if everybody else wants to see Klein on a live stream with me sometime soon, that everybody should chant Klein, 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 Klein. And then I made a funny joke and said, until we climax. Until it was a climax. Klein, 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 Klein. But it was funny the first time. Climax isn't funny the second time. But the first time, nobody heard it. So an anti-climax the first time, you could say. For sure. All right. I have an old school flight. We're doing an old school flight tonight. A through E, A, B, C, D, A through E. I don't have stickers, so the good old aged in hourglass marker will have to do, and I will have to not look through the glass to see what they are. But I wanted to do this flight because after a while, tastes begin to change. And when tastes change, you start to like one thing more than another. So I haven't done a flight like this in a while where it's basically old school, barrel strength or near it bourbon from different distilleries. I wanted to bring the bullet barrel strength, but guess what? Forgot it. And I was looking right at it, and I don't know how I forgot it, but I did, because I looked everywhere, and guess what? Nowhere. It's nowhere. Nowhere to be found. Klein laughed when I got muted. Guaranteed. He did. What's up, Will Zirk? Friggin' Zirk's here? Oh, there he is. Porter. Climax. You should get a jersey that says Climax on the back. It should say 99. Number should be 99, Climax. I'd go live if I get to 4,000 subs. Where are you at? Where are you at? Well, if you're not subscribed to Destination Bourbon, you better subscribe so we can get the Climax going on. Klein is my maiden name. Ooh. All right, let's do it. Let's put Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. Oh, America. In glass A. Woodford Reserve batch proof, the most expensive of the bunch. America. In glass B. I'm going to actually have to try extra hard not to look at the letters in the glass, because that's very clear. What letters, because the bottom, it like magnifies them. Crap. You know what? I'm good at distracting myself. Elijah Craig. Oh crap! I grabbed the wrong one. I thought I grabbed the C batch. This is A122. America. A122 will go in C. Rare breed, America, will go in. I'm guessing this is a D. D. Look at the little tiny spout on that rare breed. Look how tiny it is. So tiny. And then, to bring up the rear, is a Knob Creek single barrel. America. In E. Now, how do I do it so I don't see? Oh, I know what I'll do. It's way easy. I'll put them down now. Well, it looks stupid because I got to reach on here all the time. Mixing them up. I need one of those autofocus cameras so that it doesn't look like this. That's fine though. Nope, I can still see them. Crap. You know, I'll put them here and I'll just grab them at random. That marker on the bottom of the glass really does not work. But if I also try to forget which one I poured them which, it won't matter. All right. Grabbed a random one. I grabbed a random one. Random glass number 1 immediately smells like a glass. Smells like glass, which isn't a good first smell. Turkey always wins except for when it's against ham, right? I think the C batch is the best one, with the A batch close second. B batch for me is like a distant third. B batch is a distant third for me. Destination Bourbon's at 3,840 subs. He'll get to 4K eventually if he'd show his pretty little face. This glass, the first glass I'm smelling is very nutty. It's very nutty, but not in a bad way. Man. Nutty and caramel. Kind of smells like a Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth? Yeah. A Baby Ruth bar. Babe Ruth? Baby Ruth? Is that right? Does Baby Ruth have chocolate, caramel, and nuts? Because that's what this is. It's nuts and caramel and chocolate. Not my favorite nose. If I were to be like, my favorite bourbon nose is, this would not be it, but it does still smell good. It does have a bit like almost like a salted nut to it that isn't exactly my go-to fond memory of bourbon if I had one, but it still smells good. Ooh. Oh, okay. The palate is much sweeter than the nose was. Wow. The funny thing is that could be one of 3. That could be the Knob Creek, it could be the Rare Breed, or it could be the Elijah Craig. I don't think it's the Elijah Craig, but it's who knows. I've been wrong many times before. That one is very nice. It's a little bit, it's not like deep dark notes on the palate. It's a little bit brighter. It's a little bit tingier, like ding, 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 ding. It's, instead of like don, 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 it's like ding, ding, ding. Maybe like a little bit like ding, 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 ding. Like here, ding, 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 ding. Whereas like my favorite bourbons are more like don, 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 don. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? If that doesn't make sense, I totally get it, because why would it? But at the same time, if you understand what I'm saying, congratulations. You should probably be owed something, because I get it. It's a little bit brighter, a little bit higher pitched and nutty, but still very good. I still like that one a lot. Yeah, what are the guesses? I mean, a lot of these should stick out kind of like a sore thumb, what I think anyway. But then again, who knows? DC, honey ham is greater than turkey. Absolutely. Absolutely. How do I, and when do I need to do this. I need to do this. This is for me. This is literally just for me. So please bear with me while I do this. And how do I wanted to do it, but I can't. You'll know what I'm talking about in a second. Engage with your audience. That's what I'm trying to do. Start a poll. There it is. Here we go. Here we go. Want to see how many people are with me and are not with me? In chat, there it is. There's a poll up. I need to know. Best holiday main dish, turkey or ham? Turkey or ham? Where are we at? Where are we at with everybody? Sloth loves chunk. What does that mean? Klein? I have no idea. Sloth loves chunk. Baby Ruth. I'm so confused. What does that mean? Sloth love chunk. Yeah, give Klein the old porter bump. We can get Destination Bourbon just like a million subs tonight. There's 342 people in chat. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I freaking love you guys. Let's get Klein over the 4K hump somehow. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm sure if all of you are already subscribed, that's a problem. Shallow versus rich tones. That makes sense. That makes total sense. E flat. Possibly. Engage, Matt. I'm trying to engage. DL Fendel actually didn't. And a loot. Come on, DL. Duck once upon a time with dried fruits and raisins. It was amazing. That sounds amazing, but I don't know what Andalusian. I'm not even gonna try it. I'm not even gonna try it. It's from the Goonies. Oh yeah. I didn't watch the Goonies because people used to tell me that I reminded them of somebody from the Goonies. You probably can think about who. And so I refused to watch it. Everyone always used to look at me and go, "Hey, you guys." And they teased me about it. And I'm like, why is that even? What are you talking about? Turns out they're teasing me about something. All right, second glass. Second glass, giving it the SJ. Klein. If you're so inclined, whatever you're drinking, water, essential amino acids, port wine, E.H. Taylor Tornado Survivor, stout beer, whatever you got, give it the old SJ for me. Unless, of course, it overflows or foams up, in which case, my bad. All right. This one is kind of nice color. I like the color of this. Color of that is nice and sharp. It's a beautiful bourbon color. Interesting. Not a ton happening. Not a ton. Let me warm it in my tiny paw, and as it warms, the smell will begin to what do you call it? Build. The smell will build as it warms in my tiny hand. Forget turkey or ham. Hit the potato with bourbon and cigars. All right. Peeps who've never had a properly cooked turkey are outing themselves. Robotic. That's the problem. In order to enjoy turkey, it has to be properly cooked. And guess how many people successfully properly cook a turkey on the exact day that they need to make one? We're not talking we're all Gordon Ramsays. No. We're just like three or four drinks deep on Thursdays, and we're like, I can do this turkey up right. And then your house burns down because of a deep fried fire, or you split cocked it wrong, or then you bring it to the table and hope that nobody says anything. But everyone's chewing their first bite for several minutes, and you know that they're just being polite. Serve them a pig, and guess what happens? It's just good eating. It's just good eating. Smoked turkey. Well, I don't know if I smoked one. Let me check the results. Where are we at so far? Turkey, 58%? Oh, I don't even know you guys. I don't even know you. If only Matt knew movie quotes. Well, sorry, Jonathan Cook. Sorry. Oh, okay. It warmed up in my hand, and now we're getting nuttiness off of here. A couple nutty buggers right out of the gate. This one seems to be a little bit fruity mixed with the nutty, where the first one wasn't fruity. This one is like a raspberry jam and peanut butter sandwich. Yeah. Or a thimbleberry jam. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a bitterness from a berry to it. Sweet, bitter berry and peanuts. Huh. Let's go for a taste. What in the world is that one? Wait a minute. Wait a Fred minute. That, huh? Wow. That was more. That one was much more powerful, but like maybe not. And I can't tell if it was a better powerful or a worse powerful. The flavors were much more pronounced and a lot more like pontificating. If that makes sense. If it doesn't, it's because I don't know what that word means. But it really like hit hard. It was like an Independence Day when they shot like tactical nuclear weapons at like the mothership, like hovering over the city, and they were like Eagle One, Fox Three, and it goes for it, and they're like, come on, come on, come on, come on, and then it like hit it, and it was like, and they were like, no, mothership, it's got a force field. Then the drunk guy was like, guys, I totally got this. And then he shoves his plane directly up the mothership's asshole and blows it up. And they're like, now we know how to do it. We got to get a drunk guy to drive his plane up his butt. It's a good movie. Welcome to Earth. It's a good movie. I went to see that in the theaters with my parents, I believe. David, we're trying to leave Washington. Everyone's leaving Washington, D.C. We're the only schmucks trying to get in. That's just a good movie. One more sip. Second sip, more pleasant. Second sip is a little more, ooh. Now we're getting warm. Now we're getting warmed up. Oh, this, I don't know if this seat liked that very much. 3 months ago, this chair would have been flattened. Man, I do like that. That is, it's the bitterness from that fruit, and then like the nuttiness came in just came in hot, and then just was not. There's no like redeeming softness to it. It was just like a, you know. That's all I gotta say about that. KFC Thanksgiving. Do they make that? Can I get a Twister sandwich on Thanksgiving? That'd be nice. I'd like that if I could get a Twister sandwich or a Twister wrap, I guess you should call it. Turkey with jerk chicken seasoning. Jerk chicken seasoning? That sounds good. If the jerk chicken seasoning, like, made it a little bit not dry. That's all I'm saying. Changing my mind, fruity nut equals KC, nutty equals rare breed. Possibly. I wish I knew where I set those down and what order. Crap. I put them down, but I didn't put them like in the order that I was like. That's hard. You eat turkey at Thanksgiving, ham at Christmas, and steak and lobster for New Year. I've never had that for New Year, but that's a good idea. That's a super good idea. Except for the turkey part. Get a breast, debone it, season it up, wrap in bacon, and smoke that sucker. You'll be happy. Like an Alec Bradley, you just light it up and enjoy it. Smoke it good. All right, give it a shot. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? No, you know what? That's not my type of poll question. I don't even care. I don't even care, DL. I've never even watched Die Hard. So don't unsubscribe. Do not unsubscribe. But it's just I just don't, I never watched it. You'd be disappointed in a lot of movies I've never really watched. Destination Bourbon, and should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not go down without a fight. Because the 4th of July is not From this day forward, the 4th of July will not only be known as an American holiday, but the day the world came together. Shit. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Klein. Oh, wait. You just read that. Never mind. I just got excited. That's a good movie. That's such a good movie. Today we celebrate our Independence Day. I actually did I recreated that scene in a review once, and I can't remember what review it was. If anybody can tell me what review I recreated that scene in, then you are a diehard ADHD whiskey watcher. I can't remember, but there was one video that I recreated that entire speech. Sorry, I'm sorry. Turkey is great. Well, okay. Third glass. What in the heck? I feel like I'm still like have some of that Texas whiskey hangover from before. This one is much funkier. It's like a funky. Oh, how to get my eye? It's like a funky Smuckers. Weird. I do not know what this. This does not smell like any of these on the nose. This smells like almost like a fermented jelly. Weird. A fermented grape jelly. Strange. I don't know. Can't trust my nose all the time. Let's go for a taste. Kind of flat. Was expecting sort of like maybe it to do something. Weird. This one is like one note, kind of like chocolatey fermented grape. It's almost like it almost tastes like a chocolate a chocolate wine, but not. Huh. I think when I say that I get like a Charleston Chew off of some bourbons, it's what I want Charleston Chew to taste like. You know what I mean? Like the red Charleston Chew, the pink one, where you're like, because the inside's so stretchy until it snaps. I think when I say that on some bourbons, it's what I want Charleston Chew to taste like. But this is kind of like actually what it tastes like. It's like a little barrel char, a little barrel char on the nose. Wow, a little bitter on the back end. Geez. The single barrel from Knob Creek is a pick, but it's not one of my picks. It's just a pick from like an airport somewhere from the Cincinnati Airport, whatever airport is by New Riff. I got that single barrel from there. Die Hard rocks so much harder than Independence Day. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe one of these days I'll watch it. On your suggestion, I went and followed Destination Bourbon. As someone who just started a review page, I hope to get those type of subscribers one day. Just all I gotta do is just publish stuff, just keep publishing content, and just keep working at it. Be consistent, work at it. Put pride into it, and success will follow until it stops, until it kind of comes to a screeching halt, and then all of a sudden, other people just blow by you, and then you're like, "How did that happen?" and then you realize that who knows? Who knows? But that's that's to worry about later. For now, just publish content. I like Jello, yay. Your whiskey rights just has been revoked. Has just been revoked. My whiskey rights have been revoked. You can't take them away. The Walking Dead whiskey one. That was a good video. I did like that. Hey, Sheila's here. Ham is better. Yep. High five on that. The voice of his conscience has been all over movies and understands all references. Klein is correct. Listen to some more Credence. Yeah, I like Credence. Gotta go to bed early. Des Moines Whiskey Fest with the Turds, Trev, Bubble Bath Bourbon, and Gene tomorrow. That sounds like so much fun. I wish I could have been there. Jerry Black, tell everybody I said hi. Have a blast tomorrow. Have so much fun. Mackenzie, it was the Belle Maria. I blind tasted the Belle Maria later or earlier. Later. Wow, man, get your shit together. And it was the first thing I tasted tonight, and it just was like thick with lots of C's. Oh, well, I'm so far behind. This is the worst. How do I get this far behind? Uh, I've just never seen it. I'm sorry. I've never watched Star Wars either. Any of them. Shayla is not related to me. But you're not the first person to ask that. But no. Who's your favorite Frenchman, Zerk? I don't know if Chris will be into Die Hard or not. I'll ask her, but I don't know if she would be or not. She might be. She might be into Die Hard. Who knows? Oh, thanks, JD. J Day. Tony's in the chat. No Star Wars. I just can't get into it. I'm weird. Star Wars, no. Game of Thrones, never watched it. Single episode. There's a lot of things I just haven't watched that a lot of people love. Sopranos, never watched a single one. Give Matt a shovel, he's digging deeper and deeper. You know what? It might be my ADHD. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's just something like if I can't, some things my mind like reaches out and grabs onto and I love it. Other things, no. And maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe I just can't grasp the concept of watching Luke Skywalker. Breaking Bad is one of my favorite shows. Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul are two of my favorite shows ever. I wish I could talk tonight. I'm sorry. Okay, this is weird because a lot of these are starting to smell similar. Glass 4 is also jammy. It's more bakery, like a raspberry, not a raspberry, kind of raspberry, like a raspberry fritter, but more of a pie crust on it, more of a nice pie crust. I do like that. This one is seemingly oaky, barely. This is weird because I thought I was going to be able to pick these out like easily. Honestly, I thought this was going to be very easy for me. But turns out I ain't as good as I once was. A little bug. I do like this one a lot. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I mean, overall mouthfeel finish is solid. I like this one a lot. The last one I didn't like that much. All right. Last glass. And then we're going to have to like actually do an order here. Ooh. Also, huh? Why are all these nutty to me tonight? This one is nutty and fruity, but like I didn't expect the Woodford to be nutty. I didn't expect the Jack Daniels to be nutty. Excuse me, but I've gotten nutty on all of them. All right. This one is going through the motions. This one's shifting gears a bit. It's doing like some kind of like donuts in the parking lot. And then like and once it hits the rev limiter, the shifts into the next gear, like like over and over again. Third gear probably. It's powerful, but up front is more like a traditional bourbon, and then it kind of like transitions into something that's a little bit sweeter, and then a little bit tannic on the back end, but in a good way. This glass is, I think, the most complex and the most, I don't know, what's the right word? The the one to think about the most. This one is the biggest thinker and maybe the most enjoyable. I think this one's very good. I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't want to see the freaking letter on the bottom of the glass, so I'm gonna put it down here. But I'm not gonna look at it. Over there is my favorite so far. Going back to the last one, going backwards. Not going nuts on you. Lower proof. Going backwards, this one doesn't taste like it did a second ago, but it's still very good. And I think that's probably there. I'm leaving room between them just in case. I know what I could use. A little bit of water. I didn't think this flight was going to be this interesting to me, but it's actually, we actually might have an issue. Barrel proof, high proof bourbons are like the most difficult to taste back to back to back to back to back, and then actually like pick out differences. But I pride myself in being able to do it. But tonight, I'm able to say that I'm not exceptionally impressed by my performance, as George St. Pierre would say. Not impressed by your performance, or whatever, however he does it. Matt's turning into the smart kid from Fast and the Furious. Mackenzie, I'm not here for movie reviews. I'm here to hear about whiskey. All right. Whiskey is made out of grain. And wow, whiskey. We're just talking. We're just having fun. We're just chatting it up like a bunch of friends. 300 friends just sitting here having a good time. A nice interactive conversation. We're also talking about turkey and ham. And I want to get into some other things too while we're at it. While we're not talking about whiskey, let me say this. And hear me out, because I'm actually pretty passionate about this. I want the cell phone number of every candidate that I receive text messages from. I want their personal number. I want them so bad because I just want to text them. The amount of times I checked my phone and it was a spam message. Hey, Matt. They knew my name. This is Blibbity Blibbity from the campaign of Blibbity Blay. Hey, Matt, I'm running for office. Hey, Matt, I'm running for governor. I don't give a shit. And you know what? I will pay to get their numbers, their personal numbers, so I can just text them. I will text them personally. 7 a.m. What's up? What's up, Lauren? What's going on? It's me, Matt. Listen, was wondering what I should eat for breakfast. Couple of eggs, cereal, French toast, or should I fast until dinner? What do you think? What do you think? And I think everybody who got text messages directly from a candidate, a political candidate, every single person who got a text message from the candidate should have that candidate's personal cell phone number so that we can repay the text. That's just how I feel. And I honestly feel like that's fair. I don't feel like it's unfair. I think that's very fair. I got so up, I'm like running through the house trying to do a million things. And then boom, 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 my text message goes off. And I'm like, I don't have time. Where's my phone? I hear it. I go find it. And it's like, hey, it's me. You're a candidate running for shit. And I'm like, you're damn right it's shit. Anyway, that's just a rant. That is a rant. Next one on the list. This one was the weird one, the funky one. What is, okay, this one, whatever this one is a curveball because it is a bit strange. Is that the Jack? What? The finish on that is so weird that I do not, that maybe, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, we're down to the first two that we did. Nutty and nutty. Okay. Wow. Remember when I tasted the second glass and I said it was like overwhelming, but I wasn't sure if it was in a good way or not? It's in a bad, it's not in a good way. Wow, why is that so like my palate as I'm like dieting, I'm like not drinking as much whiskey and like eating different foods and stuff is changing. So bear with me. Like if I can sit down with one pour and like analyze it and think about it and stuff, but when they're in a flight, shit gets wild all of a sudden. Things are getting crazy. I don't know why I didn't like that one as much, but wow. Oh, I went into the store that I found the 2015 Wild Turkey in couple months back, and I went back in there today because I visit it every time I come visit my wife. And guess what? They had another one. Like, why do they like randomly put them on the shelf? It's weird because I've been there several times since then, and they didn't have them. But occasionally I go in there and they've got an old 2015 Wild Turkey on the shelf. Like, I don't know if they have a case of them in the back and they just randomly put them out, but the Turkey 101 2015 just sitting there. I'm like, I'll buy that and then wait. I'll like hang on to it and enjoy it in the future. Kind of fun. Wow. Okay. This is the first glass I tasted. Yeah. You know what? Wow. The first two are like, after tasting the rest of them and going back, are like way, way too nutty. And I do like nut in my whiskey, like at a certain point, like to a certain point. But like once it goes too far, once it like you've gone too far, you're too nutty. So like when I do a Knob Creek single barrel, when I pick a Knob Creek single barrel, I'm looking for that and I'm trying to pick the one that's most off profile, the least nutty one, as long as it has like a good experience when I'm tasting it. The last thing I want to pick is an extra nutty Knob Creek. I don't know. That's all I gotta say about that. Spam emails. Yeah. Oh, the text message stuff? Right. Yeah, you unsubscribe and it's just there. Like constantly. No, I never gave a single politician my info. I'm dead serious. None. Zero. A zero. A zero. None. Elizabeth, like, I'm getting texts from both parties, from running for whatever office. They're just bombarding my phone. I block them. I report them as spam. I text them back for an hour straight with just random letters. Doesn't help. Hey, Christina, how are you? Aw, thanks. I mean, it should. I mean, I'm dead serious. Like, we should get their personal cell phone number. It's not fair that they can just hit us just because they're running for office. They can, like, it's not a public phone number. It's not. We didn't decide to list our phone number in a book. Like, nobody can just look up cell phone numbers. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like, hey, my name is Dick Dickhead, and I'm running for Dick. And I'm like, you are a dick. And he's like, I'd love to be the head of the dickheads. And I'm like, you seem like you could probably do that, because where I'm concerned with, you are definitely in the lead. It's constant, nonstop. And then all of a sudden it stops. And now they don't care anymore. Like, all of a sudden they just stop. Now that the election is over, no one's even checking in. Hey, Matt's a dick. Leader the dickheads. And I just wanted to see how you were doing. Nope. They don't even care. Chrissy, I did have a good birthday. It was very good. Thank you. All right. I do have an order, I believe. There's such a thing as too nutty, for sure. Faux show. I think diet had a huge influence on the tasting. I had stir fry the other night, and like Linda, yeah, oh, for sure. Like, what you eat beforehand is a major, major thing. I try not to, like, especially when I was doing like the UFC things, the Ultimate Fighting Championships. I was trying not to eat like a very spicy meal or garlicky meal or something that would influence my palate that much ahead of time. But you can only do what you can do. But when I taste for like the ascots and stuff, I make sure I go into the ascot tastings like completely like fresh palate, not having tasted anything. And I don't know, super serious. You know what I mean? That's right. Work the phone books. Heck yeah. Be happy your name isn't Richard Richardson. What about, you know what my favorite name is in the entire world? Besides Jackson Musselman, who was a member of a gym I used to work at. He was a kid with the name Jackson Musselman. And I was like, that's the best name I've ever heard. You're literally a superhero in a fat man's outfit. And he was like, I'm not that fat. I'm like, you're definitely super fat for a kid with the name Jackson Musselman, because that's a superhero name. Other than that, my favorite name ever is Dick Butkus. That's a great name. Alec, I voted Turkey, obviously the best. Well, that's fine. I'm glad Alec is here, because Alec is one of the people who has decided to make some of the best cigars on the planet. Alec and Bradley and Alan Rubin, the three men who are just like the trifecta, the triple. It's like a triangle of perfection. It's like Alan and Bradley and then Alec, and they're like high-fiving each other, and they're like, with our powers combined, we can create the best cigars known to mankind. And then we can sponsor ADHD Whiskey. So thank you, Alex Bradley Cigars, for sponsoring this live stream, sponsoring the channel. I love you guys. Friggin' love you guys. And hopefully one day we'll all get to hug each other and I can steal all of Alex's nicotine pouches and eat them because it's what he wants. I know it's what he wants. All right, anyway, let's do this. Last place tonight was the second glass, which was glass E. And no idea. Was E the Knob Creek? I think E might be the Knob Creek. Was E the Knob Creek? Anybody? Come on. 300 people still here in chat. Thank you so much for being here. Was E the Knob Creek? That would mean it was not a great Knob Creek pick, if that were the case. Or was it the rare breed? Somebody knows. Somebody knows. It was the Knob Creek? Yeah. All right. So not the best Knob Creek pick, but that's okay. That's okay. It was an extremely nutty one, a very harsh nutty one. Fourth place was glass D, which is, I should have written the numbers on the bottle too, the letters on the bottle too. Was that the rare breed? That was the first glass. Was it the rare breed? That would make sense, just based off flavor profile. Rare was fourth. Okay. So fifth place Knob Creek, fourth place rare breed, third place was glass B, which is the Woodford, which is a bummer. This is the one that was weird, huh? The one that was like a funky fermented grape. That's so strange. It doesn't taste like that by itself. You know what's weird? Okay, this is what's weird. This is what's weird. That tastes like Jack Daniels to me now that I just tasted it, which is under the same umbrella, Ella, as Jack Daniels. They're both Brown Foreman. That's strange because this has a very Jack Daniels-y taste to it. Now that I just tasted it again, it's weird. So second place was C, which is the Elijah Craig, the A122, which was a very solid pour, I said. And then the first place was a Jack Daniels, which is just a regular old, this isn't even a store pick. It's just right off the shelf, 126.4 proof Jack single barrel. And I said it was the most complex, the most enjoyable to drink, and I stand by that. Weird. Very weird. I paid $60 for the Jack Daniels, $70 for the Elijah Craig, $150 for the Woodford, which is in third place, which based on that I could have gone, better or worse. And then $45, $50 for the rare breed, and $50 for the Knob Creek. I mean, there's a ton of great bourbon still in that. I mean, between $60 and $80, we're talking all of these except for the Woodford. So the Woodford is very good. Like, if I drink the Woodford by itself, I really, really, really enjoy it. But in a blind flight, like, it doesn't stand out as something exceptional. So we're looking at between $60, $50 for the rare breed, to the higher end, like $80, let's say, for an Elijah Craig. Between $50 and $80 can still get you a fantastic, but you don't have to pay $100 for a great barrel strength bourbon. And then the Knob Creek picks are like, I wish they were older. I wish that they still made older ones, but still, you can still get a great Knob Creek pick for the right price, for $50, $60. But that Woodford, I thought the Woodford would have done better for some reason. The order, again, last place was the Knob Creek. Fourth place was the rare breed. Third place was Woodford Reserve Batch Proof. Second place, Elijah Craig A122. And first place was the Single Barrel Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof. David Jennings chimes in. Friends don't let friends drink wood turd. What a guy. What a guy, that David Jennings. I can't wait to speak with Mr. David Jennings again. We do it once a year, but I think we need to do it twice. Mr. Jennings, we should get together again and just chit chat, because I love chit chatting with David Jennings. He's a great person just to listen to. Roten? If I said Roten, that makes sense. That makes total sense. This calorie deficit is a real thing. It's a real thing. Like, you don't eat as much anymore, and then like you're exercising and working out and like maintaining like what you think is a good thing, and then you go ahead and drink 5 barrel proof bourbons, and not even the whole glass, except for C, or third place, except for the Woodford. I drank the whole thing, but the rest of them just sips. And all of a sudden, you're like, what in the world just happened? Calorie deficits, my endurance, my stamina, my tolerance just bottomed out. Next week, it'll be like, hello, my name is Matt. Welcome to ADHD Whiskey Live. Tonight, we're trying a sip of beer. And when I'm done being shit-faced off that sip, we will talk about Rick Ramirez and how he likes Jack Daniels. That's all. I don't know. That was a fun flight. I don't know. It's weird. Like when I come out here, like I'm not at home obviously, but when I come out here, it was the whole thing. My kids have been sick all week. They were sick. They didn't go to school any day this week. Neither of them. Double ear infection with a ruptured friggin' eardrum in one of them, and yeah. Then the other kid, pink eye with another ear infection. So it's like all week I've just been dealing with sick kids and trying to like make shit work and running around the house taking care of children, and nothing's getting done. Nothing. So by the time it rolls around for me to like come out here to see my wife for the weekend, I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait to see her. But like there's so much to pack and get ready. I gotta get all the medicines ready and make sure that like if kids spike a fever, I got Tylenol and ibuprofen. Because what if we have to alternate medicines? It's like a whole thing. Got to bring the right blankets, make sure that they're warm. Got to get cool pajamas, warm pajamas. You know what I mean? All the stuff. So at the last second, I'm like, what whiskeys will I bring? That's the last thing I thought of. And I'm like, I guess we're just going to grab these. And I forgot the barrel. I was going to do the bullet barrel strength in this flight. But I forgot it. So I don't know. So these live streams while I'm in this place, which is going to happen like once a month, probably for the next couple months, they're going to be a bit weird. Maybe not like the most making sense, kind of thrown together a bit. But I just want to speak with you people. Speak with you people. I need to leave because obviously I've had too much to drink. I haven't even drank that much. Jeez Louise, man. I just want to talk and have fun and have a good time. That's what I was going to say. Wow. Off the top rope, whiskey wins. To replenish your Tide Pods. Rob D, thank you. Breast milk cures pink eye within 12 hours. I'm not lactating. If I were lactating, then that would help. I don't know anybody who's lactating. Anybody lactating? Yeah, they're on antibiotics. It's been a whole shit. Oh yeah, I want the double broadleaf. I heard it's good. I heard the double broadleaf is fantastic. Alec. Double broadleaf? Just saying. Jeez Louise. All right. Is there anything else I need to speak about? Is there anything else I need to speak to you people about? Because whatever. Let me think. Smoke Alec Bradley cigars. That's probably number 1. That's also number 2. Number three, I have a backbone bourbon pick coming out like anytime now. Just waiting for the bottles to get delivered. But that is a Slip and Jimmy pick. There's the sticker. It's like an 8.5 year MGP bourbon. It's very, very good. Other than that, I can't think of anything important. Nothing too important anyway. I'm going to drink some water and I don't know. Like, geez, maybe like do some laps around this log cabin, like sprint some laps or something. Sheesh. You know what's also okay? You know what's weird? I should have checked this beforehand. The fireplace next to me. The last time I was here, remember I said this? I tried to light it and it wouldn't light. Then I turned the gas off. I've been smelling weird shit like all night. The homeowner was here and tried to get it to. I wonder if that friggin' gas fireplace is like the gas is on. That actually might be. I'm dead serious. I'm gonna check that. Like there literally might be gas just coming through the pilot with an unlit pilot because it smells weird and I feel strange, which is not a great combo. Should probably check that out. I don't know. Have a headache too. Pretty significant headache. Yeah, definitely rotten eggs. It's good. All right, guys. I love you so much. Thank you for being here this Friday night. Oh, Mackenzie, having sick kids is hard. It is. It's the worst because I'm so worried about them. Like it's the like they're it started what a week ago. Yeah, over a week ago. They've been sick for over a week. Yeah, it's rough, but I love them so much. I just want them to feel better. And then I'm trying to teach them about germs. They don't even care. I'm like, listen, we can't be touching everything and then putting our hands directly in our mouths. Like that's not okay. And they're like, oh, I'm like, don't do that because what I'm telling you is the truth. Like there's things called germs. I can't see them, but I've heard about them. And from what I understand, that it's a real thing. And then they're like touching stuff and eating it. I don't, it's just the grossest. Kids are gross, but I just want them to be healthy. All right, everyone. I love you guys so much. Um, I will see you next Friday. More videos coming this week. I think I have a review of the 2XO from Dixon Deadman coming this week. The Redwood Empire Lost Mark cask strength review coming this week. Maybe a clickbait video. Who knows? Just kidding, but maybe not. I love you. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep it in the clouds, but your mind on checking this fireplace because it stinks, and I'm not so sure about it. So if you smell something funny, then check on it because you never know. You just never know. Good night, everyone. See you next week.